Welcome to Valkyries Horn Mead Competition. We are a premier mead competition that's held each year in September in the Minneapolis and St. Paul area. I am Kevin Meinsma, and I am the Executive Director and Home Competition Organizer. This year, for the first time, we are also offering a commercial competition, and we have another organizer who's responsible for that. This is a short video that will offer you some insight into a method for packing your entries. Mead is expensive to make, it's valuable to you, so this video intends to show you a way to maximize your investment and offer some protection. So let's take a look at a couple of possibilities. The first thing is, once you have registered your account and entered your mead, you will need to print out a label. This label will go onto the barrel of the bottle. The things that we're particularly interested in are the entry number and the barcode or QR code that's on it. You can use your printer scaling to make sure that it's about 2 to 3 inches in size so it will fit conveniently on the barrel of the bottle. Make sure that you're using laser jet printers rather than inkjet. When inkjet print gets wet, it runs and makes a mess. And more importantly, it means that we probably can't tell who the bottle belonged to, so we have no way of contacting you if there's a problem. One other thing that you can do for insurance, and we don't insist on this, but it's an option for you, is to have you insert it into a bag, evacuate the air, and then attach the bag to the barrel of the bottle with a rubber band. And yes, we want rubber bands, not tape. Tape is difficult to remove, it's time consuming, and we all have better things to do with our time than that. I like to use 2 rubber bands in case one breaks. Once that's accomplished, we move on to how we actually package the bottle. One thing we strongly suggest is the use of a heavy-duty trash bag lining the interior of the box that you're using. The boxes need to be approximately 12 inches in height to stand with this particular type of packaging. This is a spirited shipper box, and these things are great. I've never heard of a bottle breaking when one of these was used. So I do highly recommend this. They're fairly inexpensive, and compared to the cost of your shipping and the mead that you've made, this is a very small investment to ensure that your mead arrives here safely. There's a couple of tabs. You can flip this up. There's a little slot. You anchor this slot in the tab. This particular packaging method gives you 2 bottles that you can put in. Insert your bottles. Close the top tab, and then make sure that these little cutouts are depressed, because this will anchor the bottom and keep the whole thing intact, and then this anchors on the shoulder of the bottle, which keeps it from shifting around too much. At this stage, you can put this into your packaging. One other thing about this design that's really nice is there is substantial impact resistance from the way that the packaging is designed. That's quite useful because shippers lately have become, let's say, a little careless with the packages that have been entrusted to them, and there have been about 25% more reports of broken packaging in the last couple of years than I've heard of previously. So using something like this is a pretty good idea. At this stage, you can go ahead, put it into the box, and then I suggest that you take another piece of cardboard and put it around the perimeter of the box for a little extra support and impact resistance from the side, and make sure that all of your bottles are packed tightly so they don't shift around. Then you can seal up the box and put your labels on and ship it out. Now, if for some strange reason you insist on using bubble wrap, you can do that. We don't recommend other types of packaging, but bubble wrap is acceptable. And what we would like you to do is put your label onto the bottle as shown before, seal the bottle inside of a Ziploc bag with the air evacuated, and then wrap it in bubble wrap. You should end up with a package that looks much like this. Put a rubber band on the bottom on the barrel and another rubber band on the neck to hold it all in place. Please don't use tape. It takes a lot of time to remove it, and it's no fun for anybody. So be courteous. Just make sure that your bottles get here in good shape. Then you can put this inside your box. I suggest that you put another layer of cardboard inside the bag to add some extra support on the bottom, and another layer or two on top of the bottle for impact resistance, because this type of packaging doesn't really offer anything extra in the way of structural integrity. So at that point, go ahead and pack it in. Again, don't use packing peanuts or any of that type of stuff. The large bubble things that you sometimes get from shippers for lightweight objects, don't put that in there because they break and then everything moves around and your package is destroyed and you're out all of the money you spent on your entries, not to mention the shipping. So that's about it. I would suggest too, though, ship early, don't ship late. We had, in years past, we have had people who decided to ship their packages overnight at the last possible moment, and sadly the packages did not arrive during open hours for the shipping and receiving location, and there was no alternative. We had to move on, and their entries were not entered into the competition. Don't let that be you. Learn from their mistakes and get your stuff here early. There's no reason to wait until the last possible moment. That's a good lesson for all of us every day of our lives. In the meantime, get your stuff entered, get it here, and we will do our best to judge it. And I hope to see you in the winner's circle soon. Thanks for watching, and enter Valkyries Horn Mead competition.